I was walking my son, Ethan, 10, to his first day at Willow Creek Elementary, proudly wearing my red MAGA hat, when his teacher, Ms. Karen Thompson, stopped us at the classroom door. "I won't teach the son of a Trump supporter," she snapped, pointing at my hat and refusing Ethan entry. Ethan's face fell, clutching his backpack, as other parents gasped. Ms. Thompson, a vocal activist known for classroom rants, thought she could dictate who learned based on politics, unaware that I, James Carter, wasn't just a Republican dad, but the newly appointed principal of Willow Creek Elementary. She didn't know my office held the school's disciplinary power. My body cam recorded every word, and my role gave me authority to enforce fairness. Her bias wasn't just unfair. It was a violation of school policy, and I was about to turn it into a lesson she'd never forget. I stood by Ethan, phone filming, as Ms. Thompson ranted about MAGA values. Parents whispered, outraged. This wasn't just a classroom snub. It was a teacher's brazen attack on my son, blind to my position and the rules. My blood boiled, but a calm resolve took hold. She thought she could exclude Ethan? I was about to make her prejudice a viral wake-up call, with my principal's badge as the gavel. What unfolded wasn't just getting Ethan to class. It was a masterclass in accountability, policy enforcement, and community unity that left Ms. Thompson disciplined, her bias exposed, and Willow Creek stronger. My office wasn't just a desk, it was her reckoning, and Ethan's education was non-negotiable. Ms. Thompson's outburst was her biggest mistake, and my authority was about to school her. Willow Creek was a lively suburb, its tree-lined streets, colorful school murals, and community picnics a testament to its diverse spirit. Willow Creek Elementary, a cornerstone of the town, was known for academic excellence but strained by recent political divides. The school's playground, where Ethan loved to swing, was a neutral ground, until Ms. Thompson stunt. I'm James Carter, a Republican, veteran, and single dad who'd just been appointed principal after years as a district administrator. I'd navigated controversies, balancing budgets, mediating parent disputes, and enforcing inclusivity, earning the board's trust. Ethan, my bright fifth grader, was my pride, his love for science unshaken by his teacher's bias. My MAGA hat, a personal choice, was my right, and my body cam, worn for school safety, was my edge. Ms. Karen Thompson, early 40s, was a tenured fifth-grade teacher with a reputation for pushing progressive views in class. Her social media, filled with anti-Trump posts, had sparked parent complaints, but she'd dodged discipline. Until now. Her refusal to teach Ethan, based on my hat, violated the district's anti-discrimination policy, unaware that I, the new principal, held her contract's fate. Key allies included my assistant principal, Maria Lopez, a fair-minded educator, Coach Daniels, Ethan's soccer coach, and my friend, Linda Hayes, the PTA president who championed neutrality, and Dr. Patel, the school board chair who backed my reforms. Officer Reed, the school resource officer, was on call, and the Willow Creek Parents Forum, our online hub, would rally support. The setting was a sunny May morning in 2025 at Willow Creek Elementary's entrance, where Ethan's classroom buzzed with first-day excitement. Ms. Thompson stood at her door, arms crossed. As I approached with Ethan, my MAGA hat bold. My body cam, clipped to my jacket, recorded her tirade. Parents dropping off kids filmed from the sidewalk. Ms. Thompson's exclusion was illegal, and her ignorance of my role was her fatal error. This wasn't just about a hat. It was an attack on Ethan's right to learn and Willow Creek's commitment to fairness. For me, it was a chance to protect my son, expose bias, and unite our school. As I filmed, I knew this fight would redefine our community's values. Ms. Thompson's bias was a slap in the face. "Take off that hat, or Ethan's out," she barked, blocking the classroom as Ethan shrank behind me. I filmed, saying, "This is a public school, Karen. You can't exclude my son from my politics." Her eyes narrowed. She hadn't expected pushback. I called Maria, who said, "She's violating policy. I'm coming." Linda texted, "This is outrageous." Parents are livid. Dr. Patel promised a board review, noting she's discriminating. She's done. I confronted Ms. Thompson, phone rolling. "You're breaking district rules on county property." I'm the principal. Let Ethan in. She scoffed. You're a parent, not my boss, waving a syllabus with inclusive values. Parents filmed, furious. My forum post exploded. Teacher banned my son from my MAGA hat. I'm a new principal. Hashtags hashtag teacher bias and hashtag protect thin trended, hitting 2 million views. Coach Daniels live stream from a gym, showing my appointment letter. Willow Creek stands with James, he said, hitting 2.5 million views. Linda handed out district policy flyers explaining Ethan's entitled to education. Karen's breaking the law. Ms. Thompson rallied a few activist parents, holding signs, no hate in class. But most parents drowned them out, chanting, let Ethan learn. My secretary, Mia, filmed Ms. Thompson's rant, catching her syllabus. I shared my body cam clip. Teacher refuses Ethan for my hat. The video hit 15 million views. Dr. Patel arrived, saying, we're investigating her contract. His board authority rattled Ms. Thompson's allies. Officer Reed pulled up, eyeing the crowd. What's the issue? He asked. Ms. Thompson claimed my hat disrupted learning. I showed Reed my body cam, proving her bias. This is discrimination, he said. Step aside or face charges. I live streamed. Ms. Thompson's banning Ethan. She's busted. The stream hit 30 million views, with news vans arriving. Comments flooded. James is a hero. Karen's biased. Maria arrived with the district superintendent, announcing Ms. Thompson's actions violate anti-discrimination laws. The crowd chanted Ethan, Ethan, as her allies slunk away. The forum planned a fairness day at the school with music and policy talks. Ms. Thompson tried one last lie, claiming parents support me, but Reed showed my appointment memo. I flashed my principal's badge, ordering Ethan's entry. The stage was set, not just to get Ethan in, but to discipline her and rally Willow Creek around fairness. Her bias was her end, and Ethan's education was my fight. The school entrance was a battleground of principle. Ms. Thompson stood defiant, arms crossed, as Maria and Reed escorted Ethan to class. The live stream hit 50 million views, with hashtag teacher bias and hashtag protect Ethan trending globally. Parents packed the sidewalk, waving signs, Ethan's right. No political bans. News crews broadcast live. Anchors calling it a principal's stand versus teacher bias. The air crackled, and I was ready to enforce justice. Coach Daniels addressed the crowd, voice steady. James is our principal, and Ethan's entitled to learn. Ms. Thompson's bias violates district policy. He showed my badge and body cam footage, proving her exclusion. Parents gasped, sharing the clips online. Linda handed out flyers saying, James fights for all kids. Karen's dividing us. The forum surged. Karen's a bully. James is our champ. A viral tweet read, teacher bans kid for dad's MAGA hat. Doesn't know he's the principal. Hashtag teacher bias. Ms. Thompson shouted, this hat's hate speech. But Reed held up my footage, stating, you discriminated against a student. Illegal. Her face fell. She hadn't known my role. National education groups joined X, posting, Ms. Thompson's bias is a disgrace. Support Willow Creek. The Change.org petition, Justice for Ethan, hit 3 million signatures with comments like, James is a legend, and Karen's done. Dr. Patel spoke to reporters, voice firm. Ethan's education and James' leadership are our pride. Ms. Thompson's actions threaten fairness. He announced an emergency board meeting to review her tenure. The crowd roared, chanting fairness now. Ms. Thompson's allies leaked texts disavowing her. She's rogue. Parents guarded the classroom as my staff patrolled the halls. I grabbed the megaphone, heart racing. Ms. Thompson thought she could ban my son, but I'm the principal, and fairness rules. I proposed a fairness day at school, with diversity workshops, music, and a fundraiser for inclusive programs, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to monitor classes. I shared online, Ms. Thompson's bias failed. Join us for Ethan's fairness. The live stream hit 80 million views, with hashtag Fairness Day trending. Comments flooded. James is unstoppable. Karen's biased. Ms. Thompson made a last stand, yelling at Reed, "I'm protecting my class." But Maria arrived with a suspension notice. "You're on leave pending investigation," she said, as Reed escorted her out. The crowd parted, phones filming her exit. Coach Daniel's stream hit 100 million views with comments like, "Bye, Karen." "Ethan wins." News ran headlines. "Principal's son denied by biased teacher. She's out." Linda organized kids to paint fairness signs, while Maria tied it to our mission, saying, "James and Ethan protect our values." Ethan settled into class, smiling as parents cheered. Reed secured the school, and Dr. Patel promised a district-wide fairness policy. The stage was set for a victory that would shield Ethan, end Ms. Thompson's bias, and show Willow Creek's power. Ms. Thompson was out, but what happened next would shock everyone. The school boardroom pulsed with justice as Ms. Thompson faced her hearing. "Ethan's safe in class." The live stream hit 120 million views, with hashtag teacher bias and hashtag protect Ethan trending worldwide. Parents packed the room, waving fairness signs as news crews filmed. I held the megaphone. My role as principal now a verdict, my evidence our blade, ready to end Ms. Thompson's bias. Dr. Patel, board chair, called order. "Ms. Thompson, you're charged with violating anti-discrimination policy," he said. Maria presented my body cam footage, showing her banning Ethan. "The school is public, and the principal's authority is clear," she said. The room cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. "Karen's done. James is our champ." Reed testified, voice sharp. Ms. Thompson's exclusion broke district rules and state law. He showed her syllabus, sparking gasps. Linda announced the board's vote to suspend her without pay. The crowd chanted, "Ethan, Ethan," as kids waved painted books, symbols of our win. Maria showed my appointment letter, proving my role. "James' evidence stopped her," she said, sparking applause. I unveiled a Willow Fairness sign sketch, board-backed, to mark our mission. "This is Ethan's school, not Karen's," I said, sharing it online, a book under a school seal. The forum erupted. "Perfect. Ethan's legacy." Dr. Patel reviewed the evidence, footage, policy, testimony, calling it undeniable. Ms. Thompson, pleading not guilty, claimed, "My class, my rules." But Maria played her rant, exposing her bias. Dr. Patel ruled, suspended indefinitely, contract review for termination, and mandatory retraining if reinstated. The room roared as Ms. Thompson slumped, broken. My digital dossier, footage, badge, policies was handed to the press, ensuring accountability. News ran it live. "Principal's evidence halts teacher's bias against student." The crowd surged, music blaring, as Fairness Day plans took shape. I gave a mic to Linda, who shone. "Ethan's our heart," she said. "Thank you, James." Parents hugged her, guarding our school in solidarity. This wasn't just Ms. Thompson's defeat. It was Willow Creek's triumph, proof our kids could outshine bias. As Ethan learned, justice landed. Ms. Thompson's suspension was Willow Creek's victory. News ran headlines like "Principal saves son from teacher's bias" and "Ethan's fairness triumphs." The livestream hit 300 million views, with hashtag teacher bias trending for weeks. Fan art of Ethan's backpack as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and education groups invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying this is about my son. Fairness Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, parents, kids, board members, touring the school, dancing, and unveiling the Willow Fairness sign. The cafeteria served treats, and Coach Daniels led unity talks, tying Ethan's inclusion to our values. The event raised $100,000 for inclusive programs, and state educators hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. "Ethan's school shines. No more Karens." Ms. Thompson's contract was terminated after review. The board's vote enforced new anti-bias training, with laws banning political discrimination. Ms. Thompson left Willow Creek, reportedly teaching online, arguing over forums. "Don't exclude like Karen" became a local joke, painted on lockers. The school became a model for fairness, with visitors studying our policies. The cafeteria and my leadership sword, the school hosting fairness nights with music and diversity talks. Families flocked to Ethan's school, boosting enrollment. Parents brought gifts, many books, badge patches, saying Ethan and I inspired them. Maria's data showed our test scores rising, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, footage, badge, rulings was studied for education laws, influencing policy. Linda mentored kids, painting unity signs for the halls. The forum planned a fairness fest, with music inclusion workshops and soccer drills, cementing our spirit. James and Ethan turned Karen's bias into our triumph. One post read, "I hired aides to monitor fairness," giving them pride. At the fest, under a Fairness Forever banner, Dr. Patel toasted, "To Ethan, James, and Willow Creek, where learning defeats bias." Fireworks burst, kids danced, and the school glowed. Ms. Thompson's outburst had been a spark, but we'd build a legacy. The school, my leadership, and Ethan's education were our stronghold, proof no bias could stop our kids. As stars shone, I knew Willow Creek would always stand fair, proud, and free.